Hey there, welcome. We're going to talk about tonight how clarity, routine, and positive self talk can help you overcome overwhelm and build your dream business. Last week, I talked about triumph from tragedy. And if you've ever had tragedy, if you've ever had trauma in your life or tragedy or hardships, you know how hard it is to get through things sometimes. And then if you want to take that story and you want to use it in business to help people and impact people and make a difference, if you have that on your heart, I'm talking to you tonight because I want you to hear this. I want to talk about tonight about how daily routines and how being the flame, how your words matter, and how decision fatigue can be one of your worst enemies. We're going to talk about each of those things briefly tonight. And I want you to walk away with a super cool bonus that I found years ago that just blew my mind. So I'm going to start off with knowing and owning your life and who you are is the most powerful thing to help you in starting a business. It doesn't matter if you don't know who you are, then you're not going to be able to help anyone else. You're not going to understand the superpowers and the beauty that you have in yourself to be able to share that with someone else and help them to find their beauty. So the first thing that I want to talk about is the fact that when you know yourself and you have that awareness, I'll tell you a quick story. When I first discovered that I have ADHD, my son has it. ADD was never hyperactive, but my best friend has it. And when I went to both of them and I said, I think I have ADHD, and they were like, well, duh. Like, of course you do. I never really knew it. I never understood it, or I guess I just wasn't ready to acknowledge it. But when I did, it made such a difference in my life because it made me realize, wow, all the things that I've overcome, even not even knowing that I had even more things that I've overcome that I didn't know. There's so many superpowers in knowing who you are, knowing who you authentically are. I'm loud, I'm straightforward. I'm a fast talker. I'm trying to go slow so that I don't overwhelm, but I am that person. I am the loud person in the restaurant who's cackling and laughing, but I'm the first person to fight for the underdog and to love on people. And when I started embracing who I am at the deepest part of my core, the good, the bad, the crazy, the wild, the weird, the everything, is when I've truly found the freedom to be able to be myself and build a business around my story so that I never have to feel like an imposter because no one else can be me, right? If you have a business built around you, no one else can be you. But to do that, you have to know who you are. So here's my push. I want you to figure out who you are, figure out what makes you tick, figure out what makes you so amazing, and then use that to start a business and help others who need what you have. You don't even realize your people are out there and your story awaits. The second thing I want to talk about tonight is a routine. As much as I hate a routine, as much as I hate control and I hate a schedule, I have to have some type of routine because with ADHD, we make decisions, and every single thing that we do is a decision. Literally, brushing my teeth, if I'm going to brush my hair, if I'm going to take a shower, those are all decisions. And so they wear me out. So, what I've done over my years and what I do in my business is I have a routine that I follow. It's basically a checklist. And I've created a check to share with you, but it's a daily routine. Some days I do it all. Some days I do half. Some days I do two or three things of it. But I have that routine, which allows me to not be so fatigued from the decisions that I have to make every day. And so by having those daily routines, my morning routine, by having an evening routine, by having a business routine, the things that I do, they don't have to be done in that order. They're just things that have to be done. And so I have that routine in front of me so I can go, well, I don't feel like doing that right now, but I'll do this right now. But having that checklist in front of me so that I don't have to think or make those decisions is huge. And it can help you too. Send me a comment if you want that list because I don't have it listed in the description, or I'll try to list it in the, yes, I'll list it in the description. Next, I want to talk about, and that came from Marie Forleo. She's always talking about daily routines, but the checklist comes from me. Talking about being the flame that ignites others. Brene Brown talked about this. When you know who you are authentically and you know what you have to offer the world, when you finally figure that out, that the things that you've gone through were there for a reason so that you could share and help others, when you finally hit that point where you see that, even if it's just a tiny bit of belief, taking that and lighting that flame, being that flame that ignites your own flame and then ignites the flame of others. Brene Brown has talked about this, about being that flame, ignite others. Let them see your light and then light them so that they can have their whatever, that they can be who they need to be, because you need to do that for you and you need to do that for others, because the people that are out there that can learn from you, that you have something to offer them, they're out there waiting for you. And so I hope that you'll hear me, that you have a flame and we need to light that flame and we need to get it going, and then we need to use it to ignite others. Fourth, I want to talk about, we're on 4. Yes, we're talking about number 4. On 4th, we're going to talk about the fact that the power of self-talk and what we tell ourselves. I've talked about this many times on my Instagram at Chauncey Talks, if you want to follow me there. But what I talk about is the fact that we create ruts in our brain and our neural pathways. We create ruts when we tell ourselves all of the negative things and we say it over and over and over again. We create those neural pathways, and our brain can't do anything but listen to what we say. It can only believe and it can only do what we tell it. So if we're telling it that we're overweight or we're not able to do this or not able to do that, that's what our brain is going to do. But when we tell ourselves, I am strong, I am empowered, I am beautiful, I am what I need to be, I'm exactly who I need to be at exactly the right moment where I am. Those words are powerful. If you've never looked up Dr. Maslow's water experiment, this is the bonus that I said, because this changed my whole world, right? We're 70% water, okay? So take that 70% water, and what Dr. Maslow did was he had water in containers, and he wrote negative words on a piece of paper and stuck it to those containers. And then he played music. He played classical music and hard rock music, and he played different genres of music for the water. And then when he looked at it through a microscope, when he had positive words and positive music, it created snowflakes. It looked like snowflakes in the water. I'll try to find a picture if I can add that later or in the description. But on the ones that had the hard rock and the ones that had, not that hard rock is bad, I don't say that, but the fact that words have so much power. And on the ones where he called the water stupid or different things that were so negative, it just looked like a garbled bunch of yuck. So look it up if you haven't ever seen his video, if you haven't ever seen that video about Dr. Maslow talking about words and how our talk is so incredibly powerful, because we are mostly water. I want you to think about the brain and how it works, and the science behind that is so, so stinking cool. So that's what I want to end on today, is I want you to feel empowered. I want you to believe in your authenticity, believe in who you are, what you can do, who you can help, and how you can build a business that you love, doing what you love, talking about what matters to you, and help others in the same breath. I want to help you do that. I do have a guide that is 6 simple steps to help you turn your story into a business that you love. It's the foundational steps, the very basic foundational steps. And I'll be coming out with a workshop too that'll take you through the business setup and the behind the scenes, because that's what's so yucky when you first start a business. It's so confusing and so overwhelming. And I don't want that for you. I want to show you how you can create a business around you so that you get rid of imposter syndrome, you get rid of all the negative self-talk, you can be completely authentically you, like I am tonight. There's no fanciness, I just hopped on live because I want to share my heart. And I want to help you do the same if you're interested. So I will post the link to that free guide down below in the description. Share this with people, subscribe. If you have someone that you think that this made you think of, please send this to them. Let's get this group built up, this community of people who are striving to be better, striving to build a business based around your story, to tell others and help others and ignite that flame in others. I hope that you'll join me. I hope you'll subscribe, and I'll see you next week. Always me.